Hello, Internet people. Corrupt Reverend here, and you're watching Empyrion Galactic Survival, what I am tentatively calling Side Quest. Let's science this bitch. But more about that later. Hello, welcome back. Hope everything has been fantabulous. I have been, well, maybe not fantabulous, but elsewhere doing other things that are super secret. So, let's dive right in. Where have I been? What have I been doing? I ask myself that every morning, and I never have an answer, so let's just look at some stuff and junk. This guy has, I guess this will be a sort of State of the Union thing to start out with. I haven't done a lot of work on this. Just a little bit burnt out on it. I might have done some stuff I don't think I've even done anything. I don't remember the last time I worked on this, to be honest. But I'm starting to feel a little goosey for it again, so I'll probably start back up soon enough. What recently sidetracked me is what has been dubbed the Donut of Doom, which I'm cool with. What is this? Well, a keen eye may notice that this is more or less just the ass section of the torus over there. A little bit different. This is, well, not this, but the part that spawned this is the part that spawned that. I think I mentioned in one of my earlier videos that I have I have a save game where I just put shapes that I build, and then I use those shapes later to build things out of. And the torus was said shape. So what happened is my friend reset his server so that we could start playing 1.7, and I was not prepared for a new game, even though I was egging him on to restart it. But so I didn't have any new blueprints, and I like to, when I start fresh, I like to start completely fresh and have all new designs and stuff. So I think currently I'm like level 8. I haven't been on the server much because I've been preparing blueprints for server play. Meanwhile, they're at like level 25 rating POIs and shit, and I'm just like lollygagging. But this guy was born from the idea of having a CV that you can spawn in, or not spawn in, but blueprint in, and kind of super early game. I know this is large but that's just the way of my building. Things grow. But when you build it in your factory, no engines, very minimal, and you basically just use it as a base. This gets around base attacks. I know there used to be CV attacks when you first built a CV, but I think that got dialed back to, at least I know for a while it was like you would just get an initial attack, but then you wouldn't have, every hour a freaking base attack, or CV attack in this case. So this kind of skirts that, gives you a base of operations, and just lets you build toward having a fully capable CV off of your starter planet. So far, I've done some of the block work, roughed in the cockpit. Originally, this was just exactly what's on. I keep losing it. Where did it go? I think it's over there. There it is. It was just the 2 rings, which could have worked. I actually shared that blueprint with one of my friends, and he started fleshing it out. It looks really good, but it was a bit cramped. It was still usable, but I didn't like how close everything was once you started adding like warp core, shield, things like that. It gets a little spicy real quick. So I added a 3rd ring, and also docking bays for the modules. This thing looks wicked with all the modules docked up top. Initially, I had them sticking straight out the side, and that was pretty cool too. It was like windmill of death, but it kind of makes more sense having them sticking straight up. There's not... Functionally, it kind of sucks with them up top because it's difficult to get in and out of, but I figure by the time that you're bringing in modules, you're going to be in space, so it's less of an issue. And the modules, as I envision them, are mostly like storage, production, farm, that kind of thing. So it's not something you're going to be going in and out of, not dropships, not little attack vessels, just utility pods, basically. And if you missed that, I guess we can... Whoa, too quick. This is a couple of the kind of bare modules. I still haven't even textured them all up. But those are what dock onto those finger things on the top. So that is what sort of sidetracked me for a while. Well, it's still sidetracking me, really. It's not finished. It's finished enough for gameplay, but it's not textured and stuff. But then... as I was doing that, I was thinking, you know, getting kind of ahead of myself as far as the server play goes. I need an SV. So I started doing that. So let's go over here. And this also, as is tradition, got away from me. It's not the glass cannon. That, I'm still looking forward to playing with that in the actual game, but it's this guy up here. This... so far, the working title is Snoopy, because I don't know, from a certain angle, it kind of looks like Snoopy. And then that got me wanting to build a battle SV or CV in the shape of a doghouse, but that's something else entirely. So let's get this guy out of here. It's only mildly, I wouldn't even call it phallic. Other than, you know, it's elongated and has the two roundish bits at the back. God damn it. It's inevitable, I think, in this game. You're going to build some phalluses. What do you want to do? It happens. So, this is my torpedo boat. I've never messed with the torpedoes. These are the standard, like, shooty, straighty, high damage torpedoes, not the MX4s or whatever that I put on the Taurus. Let's see here. So yeah, this is an SV. It's a little bit large, but I think it works. Give you a sense of scale. I mean, it's one of the larger SVs that I've built. I know there's much larger SVs out there, but it's a little bit chunky. More battle-oriented than anything else, though there will be some just sort of exploration, survival type of feel to it. Due to its size, I have quite a bit of space in, obviously, I'm ways off from finishing it, but I've got quite a bit of space inside for activities, calisthenics, but its main purpose is going to be damage. Up front, I've just started upgrading blocks from the carbon in key areas. This key area being the housing for 2 torpedo launchers. And man, like I said, I haven't messed with those at all. I took them out in space yesterday and just shot one of my own things, and those do a lot of damage. It's pretty awesome. Placeholders, just plastered some plasmas on there. Also, I don't know for certain, but I swear, I think Revian and or Vermilion reworked CPUs on HVs and SVs, because this thing is pretty decked out. It's got warp, it's got shield, 2 torpedo launchers, shield boosters. I think I put 2 chargers and 2 capacitors in there, all the plasmas, and it's still within the standard extender CPU, like no auxiliaries, that is. I was just kind of throwing stuff in like my want list, and when I opened the CPU tab, I was like, oh crap, I can add more. Cool. So and it seems like I read about them reworking that to make the SVs and HVs more usable in game. Because as it was, most people would just, you'd have an SV up until you could afford a CV, and then you just kind of abandoned it. So it's nice to see them getting back into the fray. Handling isn't the greatest, and we'll see with actual gameplay if this pans out, but I'm imagining this just mostly being used as kind of like full tilt, straight ahead, bomb and go type of affair. But, never built a torpedo boat, so we'll see how that goes. But this is also not what tonight's video is about. I can't remember if I even released the video where I started waxing on the topic. Or maybe I was waxing off. No, that's a different video. So there's a Reddit post earlier today that got me thinking about this subject again. And that was the idea that you can circumvent the need of RCSs with clever thruster placement. And this is an idea that I've parroted myself. And I believe, I still halfway believe, I'm not certain. But in a past video, and I don't know if I posted this because it was one of those ones where I started, like this one might not get posted, but we'll see. If I start recording too late, I just get tired and dawdle off. But one sec, beverage time here. Man, the weirdest thing with making these videos, you never realize how rare it is to speak at length in your day-to-day life, and how taxing it actually is. And these aren't very long videos, but man. Oh, where was I? Oh, thruster placement. So yeah, I want to revisit that. I want to either confirm or dispel the myth or fact. It seems that, like, the way the game mechanics are set up, it's supposed to be that way, where I guess I should rewind and kind of tell you what I'm talking about. So the idea being, RCSs, you're watching these videos, I assume you know what they are. Reaction control sons of bitches. I don't know what that stands for. But they, in my mind, they're like gyroscopes. But in the game, they're just these little blocks that you put, and it gives you more control on basically turning, yaw and pitch and all that, and roll. Gives you a little more oomph when changing directions. Thrusters are still going to be your driving force, but the RCSs, their role is to let you change the direction in which that drive is applied. So that's one way to do it. The other way that many people argue for, myself included, is that with clever thruster placement, you can avoid using RCSs, which are CPU intensive. Well, let's just pull them up here. We'll go SV and devices. Where's an RCS? Oh, where's Waldo? Where's that? I guess I could just use the find function like a normal human. There it is. So these guys, SV, you're looking at, oh, it's not too bad for SV. What about CV? Did they rework these? Okay, here you go. On a CV, you're looking at 20,000 CPU. For the normal large, for an advanced, you're looking at 40,000 CPU. And it gives you your torque specs there. And also they're fairly energy intensive too. So if you can avoid using them, it's good. Back in the earlier release days, you could get by with like just a metric shitload of RCSs, and it would be you can make that thing turn on a dime just using RCSs, but they nerfed them back a bit. So now they're really just kind of used as needed, and a lot of people find they don't need them just by making sure that their thrusters are placed intelligently. Intelligently being defined as basically being far off center line or off axis. The story goes that the best thruster placement would be at, like, if you had a square, which is what we're going to build here to test this out, a square, and on each corner is where you placed your thrusters. It gives the most torque for the amount of force that the thrusters put out, which makes sense on paper. And yeah, it just makes sense. However, in the past video, which now that I think about it, I don't think I did release that one or post it or upload it or whatever. I tried this, and it seemed that any benefits you gained through the increased torque by putting the thrusters further out was completely negated, and also kind of went the other way. I suspect due by the increased mass so far off axis, the mass being just the engines, which is unavoidable. I tried a few different ways. I used just carbon substrate blocks, or carbon composite, to try and keep weight down, so I wasn't like adding a bunch of weight with the arms and stuff. And still, when I moved the thrusters from tight in the center out to the arms, I got lowered performance on directional change. So to test this, what we're going to do is grab a starter block. Now, I think on the other one I did it with an SV, so maybe it's different for CVs. I don't know. So let's try it with a CV. Grab a starter block. I should probably do this in space, but it's dark up there and scary. Okay. Place you right there. We're going to keep this real simple. I've got all my SV stuff in me. There we go. Steel, no. Carbon composite. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll leave arrow block just to make things easy on us. Now, we can go out. And the theory behind this, I'm sure, if you stop and think about it, it makes sense. It's like using a cheater bar with a wrench. Oh, well, that's... He wants a hug. Aww. That's okay, buddy. Here. That's all right. Let's just hug it out. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Know what? I'm not doing anything. No, don't mind me. I'm just, you know, we're hugging. We're making a connection. I would never destroy you. Never. Oh, I lied. I'm a dirty liar. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Yay, Empyrion. Okay, let's try this in the dirt, like the animal that we is. Okay. There we go. You know what? Let's keep the steel in the center. How many am I doing here? Yeah, let's make this easy on ourselves. Turn on symmetry. Boop. And boop. There we go. Go like this. Ooh. How many did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boop. There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to need some stuff. some stuff to make it go. Here's my friend. We are looking for things. Things that make us go. Ah, such a good episode. That is the litmus test to find out if any of y'all are Trekkies. Let's see. Here we're gonna need some stuff and junk. We're gonna need... Where's a big fuel tank? Hello. I don't think we'll need an advanced generator. Where's just a... Okay, we'll get that. Where's the large? There it is. Large and in charge. Right there. And let's grab us some of these guys. Give it a fighting chance. Best... Well, that's not the best, but decent weight to thrust ratio. Try and keep everything on center line here. That, and then these guys will go like that. Okay. Let's fuel up. Boom. Alright, so we're going to need like that. And you know what, this isn't on the corners though. So let's get rid of those. Go back to the blocks and make a square. Like so. There we go. Okay. Now go like that. That'll be our down thrust. And we'll go right there. Forward and back. I guess that would be our upward thrust. I don't know, it gets kind of screwy. Now we need down thrust. This will be temporary. I want to get them on the bottom there. And we need a cockpit. Where's... Man, I was doing so good earlier. Like I was able to go just... Oh, because I'm in all. There we go. Alright then. Alright. Our intrepid pilot goes right in the center to cook himself. Where's the water? I thought... Was the arrow pointed that way? Must have been pointing that way. Okay. Right there. And let's get this thing... Whoa! Strange things are happening. Power on. There we go. Whoop! Whoop! Okay. I still want God mode. I want to get out of this jalopy. Alright. Now let's turn off symmetry. And get these guys. Right there. Right there. Right there. And right there. Okay, we've got up, down, forward, back. We need left and right. Put it right there. And right there. We'll go. Actually, maybe we should nest them on. Whoop. Nest them right there. I'm trying to keep these sort of engine pods centralized-ish. I want to control for as much as I can here. There we go. All right. Now let's just look at the numbers here. So, what I'm gonna do is I will screenshot this because there's no way I'm remembering all of this. Screenshots. Let's just upload it. I don't care if other people see this. I'm going to pull this over to my other screen so it's not in the way. Shoop. Oh, can I not go to the other screen? I can't. Lame. Alright, so you have to look at my desktop for a sec here. There's the Reddits. Bring that over there. Paste that. There we are. Okay. Can I make bigger? I would like bigger. Yes, thank you. Okay. Ta-da! Alright. So those are our numbers. Now, let's move everything in without removing any other blocks. So, we're going to go like this, like that, and like that. Same on this side. That, and like that. So that takes care of that. And that, and that, and that. Whoop. Now, same thing over here. Ja. Ja. Und ja. Ah, come on. Come on. There. Okay, so that gets rid of that, and that, and that, and that. Now we need our side-to-sides, which will be, let's see here. We'll put that there, and there. Gets rid of those. There and right there. And now our front and backs. We'll just stick these guys. If I want to stay true to it, it would need to be down lower. Let's go right there. I don't believe that that's an issue. There and right there. Get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. Okay. Now, let's take a look-see. So, thrust numbers are going to remain the same. Oh, you know what? I didn't check torque before. But, you know what? Just right off the bat. Yeah. So, centralized thrusters. Maybe. So, math is a funny thing. I don't math. At least I don't math well. Usually. But I know numbers. Like, I can number good-ish, and just right away I'm looking at roll. With the thrusters close into the center, we've got plus 330 degrees per second. Before, when they were all out on the edges, it was plus 289 degrees per second. I think this refers to, well, degrees per second, that would be speed, right? Because it's not per second. So your roll is slower with the thrusters further out. Next number, let's look at, so strafing thrust, that's not going to be the same. Yaw is also better with centralized thrusters at 245 versus with the with the far out thruster. Far out, man. Yaw was 179. Pitch, we have worse pitch with the thrusters moved inward. We have 221 now, whereas before we had 261, which is interesting. Everything else remains the same. Let's see here. Oh, oddly enough, our lift has changed by 0.7 tons. 0.8 tons, which is weird. Oh, probably something to do with drag. Yeah, so with the thrusters further out, we had an increase in drag. So that's another negative. Now, damn, I wish I had done torque before, because this is really where you would see a boost. So I'm going to go there, and we're going to upload it, upload. There we go. Okay. Now, you're going to have to look at my Chingadera again. Right there. Let's refresh. Bring that other one up. Okay. There we go. Get this back going. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo to get it back in the other configuration. So, it's kind of neat. It's the little things, yo. Okay. Everything back. Should have 4 thrusters on each corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let's look at these numbers. So, man, still not looking promising for the spread out thruster idea. Okay, so what we're looking at here, we've got a spleed? Man, what time is it? It's not even that late. A speed of plus 289, I don't know what that number means, with a negative 307 degrees with the thrusters spread out on the corners, whereas, oh, well, wait. With the thrusters centralized, we've got plus 330 speed, negative 330 degrees per second. So what, oh, that's roll. So slower roll, but on the other screen it said faster. I don't know. Okay, acceleration. We got 880 with them spread out, but with them in the center, we've got 1050.8. And then this number, whatever that is, it's negative 953.2 here. It's negative 1050.8 with them in the center. Meganewton. Oh, okay. Maybe this is where it matters on this torque. So, positive torque, we've got 469 meganewtons per meter with the thrusters spread out. With the thrusters centralized, we only had 83.1 meganewtons. Meganewtons per whatever. What the hell ever. I stopped carrying like 10 minutes ago. So yeah, substantially less torque, which makes sense because we're increasing torque by moving. Would that be moment of inertia? Moment of something? No. Yeah, I think so. Gosh. Ancient learning trying to eke its way through broken neurons. Yeah, so okay, so that's that. Pitch, we got plus 261 for spread out. We've got plus 221 for centralized, so lower for centralized. Let's see here, acceleration, 770.3 for spread out, whereas it was 616 with them centralized. That's also lower, which I take to mean worse. And again, the torque is, there's a vast difference. 484 here, and over there it was 53.7. So that seems to indicate that yes, thruster placement plays a big role in your roll and pitch and yaw, maybe. Yaw. Speed, we've got plus 179 with them spread out. We had 245 with them centralized. So that one seems to be better. If that number is better, bigger, I don't know. Acceleration, also much better with them centralized, possibly. A bigger number. 708.6 versus spread out 464.4. And then again with the torque, we're talking like quintuple with them spread out. I don't know what it all means. What does it mean? I mean, what are the yellow numbers? So if you look at the yellow numbers, the centralized thruster placement wins out. This seems to indicate thrusters are yellow. So yeah, with them centralized, it's very much in favor, it seems. So like I don't know if these numbers are like actual physics math or if they're just numbers for the program. Like they could be number of jelly beans in a jar for all I care, or for all I know rather. I kind of care about this because I'm really curious. Well, let's take this goofy thing for a spin and see if we can notice any seat of the pants difference. So right now we've got them spread out. We're gonna just go turn. That's 360 that way. It should be the same in all directions. Okay. Well, let's go up. And down. Yeah, it's going to be the same back and forth. And now, dual barrel roll. There we go. Okay. So that's like that. Let's O out. And now let's go back to the centralized, see if we can see a difference. I need to redo. Should just be able to redo until it won't let me redo anymore. There we go. Okay. Let's see how this fares. I would like to sit down, please. Thank you. There we go. Alright. What did we do first? We went sideways. That looked quicker. Huh. Go up. Down. And barrel roll. If not quicker, like so very close to the same. Now I wonder if this would change with more mass. So, are there artificial mass blocks for CVs? Combat steel. What's the heaviest shit we got? 2.8, 3.9, 3.8. It's alien, I don't want to mess with it. Let's go, we'll do combat steel. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just add some weight. Let's turn on symmetry again. Oh, it's not symmetrifying. Oh well, that's okay. Oh, that one did. Cool. Okay. Now then. Let's see what we get here. I don't know. Seems unchanged. Huh. I was really hoping to get an easy answer on this, but such things, it seems, does not exist. Do not exist? Such things do not exist. Well, undetermined. I'm really not sure if it makes much of a difference. I think the next line of inquiry would maybe just be maybe take a ship that already exists and play around. See, this test bed, I feel like it's going to be a fairly good indicator. Maybe it's more noticeable with even more weight. I don't know. So I think what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to say that I'm going to do, and probably forget about it, is what I would like to do is build a chunkier test bed. I'm thinking like maybe a cube of combat steel, and use that. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Not going to do that on camera, but I will build that thing, and we'll do some more testing in the next video, because my curiosity has not been satisfied. I'm still curious. Yeah. Kind of more questions than answers. So, gosh, I wish I knew what all those numbers meant. If someone watching this video knows what those numbers are and has been yelling at the screen at my dumbass, channel that anger and frustration and disappointment in the public school system, and just like make it flow through your being, into your arms, down through your wrists, into your fingers, to your keyboard, and tell me like what they mean. Yeah. My last attempt at answering this, like I tried searching around, and with Empyrion, it's frustrating because it's been in development for so long that it's very difficult to like just Google a thing about it, because chances are you'll find some forum posts from 2016 or whenever the pre-release first came out, or alpha or whatever. And it doesn't even apply anymore because they've changed a fundamental mechanic of the game. So that, yeah, I'm not even going to bother trying to look up the numbers. Maybe I will. I don't know. But if anyone watching this knows what the numbers mean, I would be grateful to learn. So, I think with that, I'm going to call it a night. A little shorty video. And I guess kind of a cliffhanger. Maybe it's not a cliffhanger. Maybe I'm the only idiot that doesn't understand these numbers, and all y'all are just like, nah, dude, the math checks out. It's cool. It is the way that everyone says it is. So why are you wasting your time? What else am I going to waste it on? I guess I could be building more, or playing on the server with my friends, or going outside and enjoying this brief moment of existence in the grand scheme of the scale of time that is our universe. No, I'd rather do this. So, until next time, y'all take it easy.